Hey, so today something kind of weird happened to me. I figured I needed to share about it. I had a parent come up very, very concerned about something she read about online. So apparently there's this new thing called the Momo challenge, or this new scary doll looking thing is telling kids all sorts of horrible things on the internet. And this parent was very concerned. She thought that her children must have seen something along the lines of this Momo character, and she was very surprised that there was something dangerous on the internet for her kids to interact with. This shouldn't be news to anybody. There are dangerous things on the internet. Now, some of the things that this woman had heard about the Momo challenge are just, they're not really feasible, and they're not, the details are probably wrong. And there are articles coming out today, if you look on internet, saying that the Momo challenge is a hoax. Probably true, maybe it's not. That doesn't even matter whether that's a hoax or not. The whole message that I feel like we all need to understand if we're parents is that there are dangerous things for kids to do on the internet. There are everything from cyberbullying to pornography to sexual predators to literally kids interacting with the KKK or ISIS. Literally, that is not an exaggeration. That's how radical hate groups are coming into your home and talking to your kids about hate. Now, understanding the danger that exists for children and really for anyone on the internet is something that begs a question from us as parents. Do we allow our children to go on the internet? Now, if you decide that it is just too dangerous and you're going to say no to your kids, I fully understand that, fully support your decision. That's not the decision that I made. There are beneficial things. There are things that I can't teach my children that my children want to learn about. There are areas of science that I don't understand very well, and I let my children look up and watch videos about paleontology, how to be a blacksmith and different things that blacksmiths do. There's no way that I could show him that. But, I let him on the internet. I let him watch the video, and he learns something, and his life is enriched by that. That being said, I am very, very careful about what I let them do. And I have 3 tips for you. And I feel like these 3 tips are bare minimum of what I can do as a parent in order to help protect them. The first thing that I do to protect my children on the internet is that I know everything that they do on the internet. I check everything that they do on the internet. If they watch a video, I know what videos they're watching. If they're talking to a friend, I know which friend they're talking about, and I check to make sure it's that friend. Now, I know some parents feel like this is violating their children's privacy. No, it isn't. It's protecting your children's privacy, because there are all sorts of crazy people that will invade your children's privacy that aren't mom and dad, that don't have their best interests in heart. If you want your children's privacy to be respected, you're going to check and pay attention to what they're doing online, who they're doing it with, what sites they're going to. This does mean you have all passwords to all accounts that your children might have. This does mean that you can't turn on the computer and say, here, kids, here's a babysitter for the next few hours. Give me quiet. If you need quiet from kids, there are a few tips that we can do for that. No joke, I have a classic Super Mario Brothers game. Keeps my boys quiet for hours. I don't use it for hours all the time, but if I need quiet for a little bit, I just turn on the Super Mario Brothers. It's safe. There are no sexual predators in the Super Mario cartridge. There is no KKK and ISIS in the Super Mario cartridge. There are no cyberbullies in the Super Mario cartridge. There are other things that you can do to keep your kids busy if you need to that are safe. The internet can be safe, but it isn't if you just let them do whatever they want. Another thing that's going to help you do this is if you also do the next thing that I'm going to recommend, which is limiting and structuring the time that is on the internet. My kids know not to ask to go on the internet. They know that if they actually want dad to say yes or mom to say yes to something, they actually ask specifically what it is that they want to do. It's not, Dad, can I go on the internet and do whatever I want? It's, Dad, can I go on the internet and watch a blacksmithing video? Can I go on the internet and learn this concept from school that I don't fully understand? Can I go on the internet and play this game? And then I can say yes to that question, whereas I cannot say yes with a good conscience to, son, please just go on the internet, do whatever you want. Go right ahead, sure. I can't with good conscience say that. And the third tip, and this one is probably the most important, is to talk to your kids about what is safe and what isn't safe on the internet. Talk to your kids, if you let your kids use social media, about adding friends, and tell them not to add anyone that they don't know, and double check to make sure that they're listening. Make sure that they check that these friends that they're adding are actually their friends and not somebody pretending to be their friend. Talk to your kids about things like cyberbullying. What do you do if somebody tells you to hurt yourself? What do you do if somebody says some lie about you being worthless? What do you do if somebody says something rude to you on the internet? You know, how do you handle that? How do you cope with people being rude? That's something you need to talk to your kids about, period. Those are really bare minimum things. And I know that some people get really up in arms. You know, we got to respect kids' privacies. No, you don't. You need to protect kids' privacy from people outside of who mom and dad are. You need to protect their privacy from people that do not have their best interests at heart. You need to protect your kids, which involves you knowing what they're doing. It's so simple. And anyway, I hope that this has helped you out. If you want more content about how to talk to your kids about going on the internet and safety things, if you have specific questions, go ahead and ask them. I will do my best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer to your question, I will ask other people that know better for you. Anyway, thanks and have a great